Welcome to the Aquaflow Crypto Lab. I know guys, it's been a long time since my last video, but don't worry, today we are going to dive into the charts. As you know, Bitcoin is reaching new highs and today's video will be dedicated to XRP. We've been waiting for so long guys, and if you are an XRP holder, you know what I'm talking about. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, let's begin. XRP has only one thing to do. It needs to go out from this area. Indeed, you remember that this chart, right? This indicator, the bull band indicator with the red color, the orange color, and the green color. This indicator is what helped us to identify the phases of the market. To keep it very simple, in red, we are in bear phases. In green, like this phase, right? This one, we are in bull phases, and in orange, we are in transition phases. This is how you can see that here we were in a bear market, then we transitioned into a transition phase, right? We make it out of the band, and here we were officially in a bull market, and ever since we've been bouncing and retesting the bottom of the band once in a while, every time like this. But as you can see, we never had a full candle body closing below the band. And this is key guys. This means that during this entire phase, we were still in a bull market, okay? And that's true. We pierced the band. We even have a candle closing below it here and here. But the next candle is closing inside the band and not below it, right? And this is how we know that it was still a beautiful support. In addition, you can notice this green line, right? This green support. This is a key support for XRP. Why? Let's have a quick look. Here, after this bull run, we came back down to this line to retest it as a support, right? Then we have a second bull run. We came back down, right? And here it was again a beautiful support. Then we pierced it. We have our bottom, right? Let's zoom in a little bit. Then what happened? As you can see, here we pierced it, right? Then we came back up. This time it was a resistance. We came back down and we pierced it again. And then it was a support here also. Let's move to the right. You can see that here again, it was beautiful support. Again, guys, here it was our most recent bottom, okay? And it was a beautiful support. Again, it was wonderful. We came like this above the bull market support. We came back down to retest once again this beautiful support, right? Then I want to talk to you about this green support. It is a key support for XRP, and quickly let me explain why. It's very simple. It starts from here, right? During this legendary bull run of XRP, we pierced the line and then we came back down to retest it as a support, right? Then we have the second bull run. We came back down to where? To this line again, okay? And we have a bounce. We pierced it. We used it as a resistance. Then we came up. We came back down to retest it as a support once. Then as a support a second time. Then this was our most recent bottom. This is key, guys. This is very, very important because it is a wonderful line. And this was a key support for XRP, okay? If we continue, we go like this, and here again, we retested the line. And every time we bounce to the upside, okay? We bounce here, came back down, we bounce, and here again, recently, in July, we bounced from it. So we know that despite the precarious situation, despite the scary moves of XRP, as long as we stayed above this line, the green support, and the bull bear band, we were good, guys. We were still in a bull market. And what I like about the current scheme in the chart is that here we have a beautiful candle closing above the band, and right now we have a second candle above the band. And that's why the band is turning green again after this orange phase. That said, despite the recent move, the very positive move from XRP, we still need more confirmation. Why? Because here we stopped at a particular level. This level is the same level that stopped us just right here and that stopped us just right here. Of course, there is no guarantee that we will do this, but if we do, please don't be surprised. Currently, the top of the band is around 58 cents, so keep this level in mind. The next chart is the 2-month chart, and it gives us a realistic target for the end of the year. So let's dive into this chart. This is the XRP bull run theory, and today I want you to focus on two lines, the skyline indicator here and the yellow line just right here. As a reminder, the skyline indicator is very important. Here I am using the 2-month time frame, meaning that each candle represents 2 months in the history of XRP. And the sky indicator is very interesting because it gives us a top limit for each candle. For example, here you see that we went up and we stopped just at the indicator, right? Here we went up again and we stopped just at the indicator. We have the sideways movement, and then we went up again and we reached the skyline. And every time you see here, we have a cloud, meaning that we reached the skyline indicator. Then we have this bear market and we went up again to where? To this limit. And what's going on right now is very interesting because as you can see, the skyline is getting lower and lower and lower, getting closer to the current candle. And the sky indicator is currently forming a confluence point with this yellow line in the channel. And this yellow line is very important, and let me explain you why. Here you see it was a beautiful support. We reached this level and we bounced from it. Then here again, beautiful support, then we crossed it and it became a strong resistance. Then we pierced it, we have this bull run, bear market, and this was our very bottom during these phases, right? Then we went up. During the SEC sell-off, we tested the yellow line, then we went up, then we crossed it, and it became again a resistance. Here again, it was a resistance, meaning that this line is key for XRP. And if we reach it again, it may be a strong resistance, as it was the case here, here, and here. And at the same time, we know that the skyline is the top limit for the current candle. And as it is a 2-month candle, it means that this candle will close at the end of the year. That's why this is a possible target for XRP by the end of the year. And this level is currently around $2.20. But I don't want you to get too excited because there is still a long way to go, but we will know pretty soon if this will happen. So let me know in the comments what you think about this target. Do you think that XRP will go higher than this, or that we will not reach this level yet? We can move to the next chart, the MOONSHOT chart. So you all know about this chart. I've been using it for a long time, but I was using it on the 4 days time frame. And since a few months, I've been using it on the weekly time frame because it is more accurate. And what we see is very interesting because here you see with the cross, we have XRP going to the moon. Then we went down, but we had this official cross, and this was an important part on this phase, okay? Because after this, XRP was playing with us, going back down, then up, then down, then up, then down, then up. But if you look at here, the cross between the two lines, the orange one and the green one, you see that the area remains green. This is key, guys. It means that every time that XRP was going up, the bulls were pushing the price to the upside to avoid the cross between the two lines and to prevent it from being orange again. And this way it remained green. And the most critical moment was this moment here, because we were very, very close to have a cross between the two lines. But we went from here all the way up to here, meaning that the bulls pushed us to the upside to prevent this cross from happening. And now we still see that XRP is protected by the bulls because every time that we pierced the line, here the bulls are pushing the price to the upside, right? Here we pierced it, here again, but every time we push the price to the upside. So the only thing to know now is that we need to get through this strong resistance level, okay? Now let's have a quick look at the XRP Bull Bear Index. This is good news, guys. Here you can see that thanks to the XRP Bull Bear Index, we can see that we don't see any bearishness in the chart. We have only bullishness and some neutrality. I remind you that this indicator is available for free on my website, and as you can see here, we have a very bearish phase in the markets, but despite this, we have all these green buttons, meaning that we still had some hope of bullishness in this scenario. It was not like this phase where we have only red dots, right? Here also we only have red dots, but here we never had red dots, meaning that we were still in a bull market despite these bearish phases, right? That said, the fight is not over, right? There is still a key level to overcome, and it's this pink line that you can see. This is the gummy line. Let's take a step back to understand why. Here, you see that we have this phase for XRP, and here we were stuck below the line. We touched it, we went down. Here we touched it, we went down again. Here it was a very strong resistance and we went down, okay? During this entire phase of the market, during this bear phase of XRP, it was the very same thing. As you can see here, just look, we have the line here and we got rejected by it. We touched it again, we have the rejection. Here again, rejection. Here again, rejection, okay? Then it was a support, okay? We crossed it, we have the body of the candle closing below the line, and because of this we started using it as a very strong resistance again. We touched it, we got rejected by it, here again, and we made a new low, okay? And if we continue, you can see that it was exactly the same thing. Here we went up, 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 we crossed it, we even have this candle closing below it, but we have no full candle body closing above the line. This is key, guys, okay? So we came back down to retest the band and we closed below it. So we have no full candle body closing above the band. And because of this, it is considered as a strong resistance, okay? So here again, it was the same thing. We pierced it, rejection, pierced it, rejection, we pierced it, rejection, we came back down. Here we went back up, pierced it again, strong rejection to the downside. Tested it, rejection. Tested it, rejection. And now we are retesting it again for, I don't know guys, but for a long time, okay? And this is why I don't want you to be too happy, because first, in order to be in an official bull market and bull run for XRP, we need to overcome this level. And currently the level is around 65 to 66 cents. So keep this level in mind. As I'm using the 23 days time frame, the next candle will open on the 18th of November. So first we need this candle to close above the gummy line, right? So above 66 cents by the 18th of November. And then we need the next candle to have the full body closing above the line. And from that moment, we will officially say that XRP is in a bull market and in a bull run. Anyway, the end of the year will be very, very interesting, as you can see. And now let's move to the last chart of the day, the cloud chart. On this chart, we have the cloud indicator, the green line, the bull market support with the blue dots, right? We have the mountain indicator in purple, and we have the sell and the buy indicators. This is key, guys, and we are going to talk about this. First, let's focus on the cloud indicator. The cloud indicator has a red color, an orange color, and a green color during bull phases, okay? And here, as you can see, during this entire phase, we were above or inside the cloud, meaning that we were in a bull phase. Then we crossed the cloud and we started using it as a strong resistance, okay? So we crossed it, we came back up to retest it as a resistance, we got rejected by it, okay? Then we went up again, we got rejected by it. Rejection, and now we are trying to close above it, right? So to have this official transition into a bull phase. And then we have the buy-sell indicator. And what does it tell us? First, let's have some examples. Here we had a buy signal during this bear phase of the market, right? And because of this, we have this huge move to the upside, okay? Then we have some buy signals just right here. And after this, we came back up until reaching the cloud again and to have this sell signal. And because of this sell signal, we had to come here to came back down to retest the cloud area, okay? Here we went back up, we have the sell signal, and what did we do? We came back down to retest again the cloud area and the bull market support. Here it was exactly the same thing, sell signal, we came back down to retest the cloud. Here, sell signal, we came back down to retest the cloud. Do you see the pattern? Then, after the cross, we were officially in a bear market, but we have this buy signal, and because of this, we came back up to retest the cloud, okay? Then we came back down, we have all these buy signals, and we came back up to retest the cloud. This is wonderful, guys. Then we crossed the cloud with this candle and we have our sell signal. It was exactly the same scenario just right here. We crossed the cloud and we have our sell signal and we came back down. Here, sell signal, and we came back down to retest the bottom of the cloud. Here we went up again, sell signal, we came back down to retest the cloud. And more recently, as you can see, we have two buy signals and we went up to retest the cloud as a resistance, okay? We got rejected by it, then we went up, and now what do we have? A sell signal. So I don't want you to be afraid, but don't be surprised if XRP comes back down to retest the cloud at some point. I'm not saying that it will happen in the next candle, but it may happen. And remember that this would be very healthy because here, just before this bull run, XRP did exactly the same thing. We crossed the cloud, we have the sell signal, but it was only to retest the cloud as a support before going up further. Here it was the same, we have our sell signal, but it was only to retest the cloud with this huge SEC sell-off, and we bounced from the level, okay? So now you know everything, you have the big picture, you know that we have a lot of bullish elements in the market, but we still have some bearishness, and I explained to you why. And the bearish signs in the market are not necessarily a bad thing, as it may be the sign of some confirmation that is needed before going to the moon. Of course, crypto markets are unpredictable, so overnight XRP could go like this, right? Anyway, let's hope for the best. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked the content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's all for today's video, and as always, time will tell.